Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Leo. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance from my Leos, please. All right, so your person is showing up as the Queen of Wands, so a fire sign here, or someone with strong fire placements, Aries, Leo, Sag. Ooh, they're also showing up as the Death card, Scorpio energy, okay? They're viewing you as the Page of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And the connection, we see the Lovers card, Gemini energy. So strong soulmate, maybe a twin flame connection here. And we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. So we have a little bit of everything. Earth, air, fire, and water coming through. Now the Hierophant tells me that this person might be very different from you, different race, religion, tradition, or background. But I also think you two are extremely compatible. And this is someone who's looking for commitment. This is someone looking for marriage. I think this is somebody who gets a lot of attention. I think this is somebody who's successful. They're very attractive, but they're also very grounded, generous. And I'm also getting they're spiritual, or they rely heavily on their faith. All right, we see the Hanged Man in reverse, Pisces energy. So this is somebody who's ready to move forward with you. They may spend some time looking at all the details. But Leo, this is somebody who's quite confident, and they're going to be really quite confident in coming towards you. I feel like this is somebody who doesn't like to stay stuck. So they're always learning, growing, building, bettering themselves. Again, I do think this person's quite spiritual in nature, or they rely heavily on their faith. And they're showing up as the Emperor, holy smokes, Aries energy. So this is somebody who's in boss mode. You know, they could have their own business, or they're in a management role, a CEO type energy. This is somebody who's strategic, they're powerful, they know what they want. And Leo, this is somebody who's definitely coming in to pursue you. Now, how you're going to be feeling, the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So you're going to be feeling the love. You're going to be, loving and nurturing and intuitive and creative here. This is something that I think is going to make you feel the love, like immediately. You're going to feel very romantic, but you're also going to feel like you want to give to this person or to this connection. I think it's someone who's going to make you very, very happy. All right, so we see strong earth in their chart. Aries, Leo, Sag is not earth energy, but that fire energy is coming through. But Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they're very independent. They're a self-starter. Like I said, they could have their own business, or they're just somebody who, they're a self-starter. They have a strong sense of self, and they're self-reliant. We get twin soul. I'm not surprised because we have the Lovers card. So for a lot of you, this may be a twin flame connection, but regardless of the label we're going to give it, this person mirrors you in a lot of ways. And it's a connection that intends for you both to balance your feminine and masculine energies and evolve your soul. Yeah, really powerful stuff. And we see casual. This person is not interested in a serious involvement at this time. This may begin as a friendship and evolve over time. Now, with the Death card, Scorpio energy, I feel like you could meet this person at a time when they're going through their own personal ending or transformation. But this is somebody who I think is just going to transform your life. This is somebody who's focused, somebody who's brave, somebody who's deep. Emotional depth is important to them. This is not somebody who's superficial, even though I think on the surface, this is somebody that a lot of people want. I feel like they're kind of picky when it comes to being with the right person and being with somebody that offers emotional depth. All right, we see that they're a nonconformist. I can see that. Like, this is a trailblazer type energy. They could have a life path number 1, for example. But they're a trailblazer, they're independent, they don't necessarily do what people expect them to do, but they do what feels right. They may be taller than average. Again, a really specific message here for some of my Leos that is not going to resonate with all of you. And remember that these specific messages, like I said, they're going to be confirmation for some of you. They're not going to resonate with all of you. And it doesn't mean it's not your reading. This may start off as a brief encounter. But again, this is somebody who's confident and action oriented. So they're going to make their move here for sure. You know, even if you don't have a lot of time together initially. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. All right, so we see coffin. So this is somebody who's definitely, they're experiencing some sort of ending. Now, this doesn't have to be a painful ending. It doesn't have to be another relationship, although it can be. It can also be somebody who's experienced some personal loss. But I'm also seeing with this coffin, you know, that they're ready for a new beginning. You know, they're handling this transition quite well. And we see false person coming out in reverse. So this is somebody who's going to be very open, very honest. You know, I mean, I don't think they're going to be a secret admirer. I don't see this person keeping their feelings to themselves very long. Like, this is someone who likes things to be out in the open and to be upfront. Okay, and we see marriage. Some of you, they are going through a divorce. For others of you, this person, you know, may have been or be like a self-proclaimed bachelor or bachelorette, or really focused on their career and their wealth and things like that. So they haven't really thought about commitment, of course, until they meet you. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. All right, they may have an imperfection in their speech, or they speak with an accent. So that could be the language you speak with them, Leo, is not their native language. This could be a small stutter or a slur. You know, but more so, I kind of feel like it's because they speak another language, or whatever language you speak with them is not their native language. And we get that they come from overseas, or they come from a different, you know, country. And they have lived in more than one country. Yeah, so a lot of confirmation there, Leo, that this is somebody who may not be living in their home country, maybe speaking a different language, or that they've lived in different countries. They definitely are giving off that worldly vibe. So we see the Page of Swords. This person is, you know, this person sees you as intelligent. They love the way you communicate. Like I said, they are going to check you out. This person doesn't rush into things per se, but when they know, right? And with you, I think they just know, and they love the way you think. They love the way you communicate. All right. The King of Pentacles in reverse. They also know that you're not exactly who you seem. You know, I think this person sees you as somebody who's very spiritual. I don't think they see you as someone who's superficial. They may be a little bit worried, though, that you don't want to give to this connection, that you're not looking for something solid, stable, and secure. And of course, they could meet you at a time when maybe your finances or your health aren't exactly where you want them to be. But again, this person doesn't care. Like, this is somebody who's quite successful. So, you know, you might not make as much money as they do, but I don't think they really care about that. The Six of Swords, this person's going to find it very easy to fall in love with you, very easy to move forward with you. And I think you bring this person peace. You give them peace and ease. And the Judgment card, you are definitely going to want to up-level this connection. You're also going to be using your best judgment, though. I mean, I think this person makes you very happy, and you're going to be feeling the love and the romance, but you're also going to be, you know, you're going to want to move things forward with this person, but like in a timely manner. I think you're going to feel like, yes, you're emotionally invested or involved here. You want this, but, you know, you also weigh up your options and use your best judgment. But you definitely feel like things are going to go to the next level here with this person. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know here? What do they really admire about you? We see the servant energy, that you delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Some of you could be Virgo cusps, or you have Virgo in your chart, but they see that you're very loving, you're very caring, you give to others. And we see monk or nun, so selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So like I said, I think this is a person who takes their faith or their spirituality very seriously, and they also see that with you. But they also see you as, you know, being spiritual and also very devoted. They see you as a good person. And I think they see you as very much so in alignment with them. Now, the Lovers card tells me that this is possibly a twin flame soulmate connection. You two complement each other in the most beautiful ways. I mean, I think your lovemaking is going to be exceptional. And we see to heal wounds from the past. So the purpose of this connection, Leo, is to touch unresolved emotional experiences, offering an opportunity for healing, understanding, and release. All right. We also see presence before promise. So this connection prioritizes now over outcome. Yeah. So again, I mean, I think this person sees a future with you, but I think it's also like, let's take this one step at a time. So you don't feel rushed, pressured, or coerced or anything. And this connection reinforces your value through experience, not validation. You know, I feel like, my Leos, you're in a good place when you meet this person. Even if you're maybe financially struggling or your health isn't where you want it to be. But I think, again, this connection reinforces your value. And not because you need somebody else to validate you or to give you value, but I mean, they make you feel honored. They meet you where you are. They see you for who you are. All right. So beautiful energy there, Leo. Let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know here, please? All right, freedom. So healthy space and room to breathe. I do get that here with this connection. All right, we see it's a lasting love. Yeah, this is like, hurrah, right? This is your true love. This is one that's meant to last a long time or a lifetime. A physical connection, the sacred union of bodies, two becoming one. And that's the energy I'm getting from the Lovers card. Like I said, your lovemaking is going to be next level. It's going to be different. Because it's body, mind, and spirit. But a lot of you with this physical connection, I also feel you may meet this person in person or through friends or whatever it might be. And look at that. I love this. There's this Virgo energy pervading this reading. Whether you have Virgo in their chart or they do, it doesn't matter. But love language, acts of service, actions speak louder than words. That's what they like about you. I think that's also what you really like about them. And I think that's where you two really meet each other. You know, that's why you trust each other. It's not just lip service. Your words back up your actions and vice versa. All right, so let's go ahead and see if there's any dates or times here that are important for this connection. Spirit saying it could be as early as next week. All right, we see October, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Libra, or maybe it's unfolding between now and October, but Spirit's saying a lot of my Leos, you're not really truly meant to know, and it's going to be different for all of you. All right, so I'm going to leave it here, my lovely Leos, sending you so much love and light. Take care.